Hola, hola, hola. I know, I'm a little more calm since yesterday. I hope you guys didn't take any offense to that, but sometimes you need tough love. And me, tough love is my favorite medicine. It just personally is. And today I want to talk about tough situations, right? Because we're all going through them, and we're going to continue to go through them. I don't want, back to falsities, I don't want you believing like everyone else, that once you achieve a certain level of success or once you get a certain amount of money, that problems just disappear. They don't. Problems always exist, right? How we handle them changes, but problems will always exist. And a good example of that, I was thinking about it earlier. My father-in-law, so this is 2018, right? 2018? Yeah, 2018. It was Halloween, and I remember, we're pulling up to their crib, and I see my baby mama on the phone, like, da, 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 and then I just see her face drop. Right? She runs one of his businesses, one of his supermarkets, and I'm like, I don't get involved. I don't like jumping people's business and stuff like that. So I'm like, whatever, I'm listening. And when she gets off the phone, I just see it in her face, and she goes, "Yo, such and such has been stealing money from us." And I'm like, "What? How?" She's like, "It's, our guy, the computer guy that runs everything, he just looked into it and he's like, look, by my calculations, this guy has stolen over 75 grand in the last couple months." And when she said that, I was like, what? Oh, sorry. Lint. Don't ask me how. Anyway, I was like, what the hell? How's that possible? It's like, yo, you see a face, like, and he thinks he took like 150K last year. I'm like, what the? What? Now that you're like, damn, these are big numbers. How much money are these supermarkets making? They make a lot of money. And it's a cash business. Hence why it's easy, right, to lose track of people taking money. You don't know what's what. But anyway, she goes into tears, right? And it's like, yo, I can't believe this. And she was angry. And she's like, oh my God, my father's going to be pissed. Da, 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 da. Oh my God, we got to get this guy. Da, 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 da. And intuitively, don't ask me how, don't ask me why. I don't know. It just came over me. And I'm like, yo, call your dad. Call your dad. She's like, he's going to lose it. He's going to lose it. But I kind of knew he wouldn't. Right? Like, I'm just like, nah, call him up. Call him up. Let's see what he thinks. And lo and behold, she told him, and what was it? He was just like, you got proof? And she's like, no, we don't got no proof, but we could tell by the system, by this and that. He's like, yeah, but we need solid proof. He's like, all right, let's let him rock. And I remember her face like, what? He's going to keep robbing us. And he's just like, yeah, it's okay, but we got to build a case. We got to build a case. We got to get solid. But with such calm. And that's where one of my favorite sayings, and I don't know if I heard it somewhere or anything, I just know it was in my head, and it's like, people want the $1 million, but they don't want the $1 million problems. And my father-in-law wants the $1 million problems. Like, he knows how to handle it because he built that up. He got himself to that level, right? And that doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen with actual execution. Like, as much as he doesn't know it, he's done personal development. He even mentioned once that he listened to Tony Robbins. We were like, what? He's like, yeah, I used to listen to my car, the tape and all that stuff. All right, look at this man. This guy's amazing. He's just been programming himself forever and a day. And he has that relentless personality of like, if I want it, I'm going to get it. And I look at him as an example of how we need to look at this, right? Problems will always be around. But if you really are trying to become that person in your quantum leap, and you see this greatness and all this stuff, you better believe that person will have high problems. So when I have problems now, this is what I do, and this is something I want you to do. Obviously, you're probably watching this while driving or something like that. So whenever you have time, all right, or even in your meditation practice, this is what you do. And I do this actually when problems do arise. I pull aside or do something. I find a way to get my little space on. I even have my things that I put on with a little earpiece. So I can just zone out. And I breathe. But you just close your eyes and you breathe. And now visualize that person that we've been talking about in the Quantum Leap. For me, it's Handsome 3.0, right? Mr. 27 Plus. I sit there and I see Mr. 27 Plus, Handsome 3.0, and I'm just like, look at him. Look how he's dressed. Look how he smells. Look what he's doing. Da, da, da. Everything that goes into my visualization. And I'm like, how would he look at this problem right now? And not saying that this is going to make the problem go away. It doesn't. But what it does is reframes your brain. I know you guys are like, his favorite word, reframe. But it does. It reframes your brain to calm down, right? Exhale slowly. You start doing that and you start doing the visualization and you realize, okay, I'm still a little anxious. I'm still a little stressed. But I'm going to figure out this mess. Because Hanson 3.0, he looks at this like it's nothing. Right? And reframe it. Again, take yourself, do that today, do this practice, do it the next time something's stressing you out. How would the quantum self that you're creating, how would they handle it? How would they look at this current situation? And if that's difficult, another practice you might do is, how would you, right now at this time, look at the same problems that you in high school looked at? That's a hack. Because I'm sure you're looking at stuff that you used to stress about when you were younger, and you're like, that was what was making my life go crazy? So think about it. That you 3.0, that you 2, right? That you squared, that next you, looks at this stuff the same way you look at that stuff. Damn, that's deep. Just do it. I'll see you tomorrow.